Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Vinland Saga episode 13. So last episode we saw Leif Erikson is back in the fold now. He will be reintroduced to the story, so that's really cool. Reintroducing the old family and catching up where they're from perhaps. Then we also have this ambush that's happening in Wales. Everyone has gone through Wales to get further up north, but they've been ambushed, and Thorfinn is in charge of protecting Canute the prince. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon page. Over there you can find 1 week early access, so you can get episode 14 and 15 right now. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next, and you can find a full-length timer-based version of this where you just sync up your own footage and you can watch along with me. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Son of a legend. We talking Thorfinn here? Son of Thors or someone else? Oh, new OP. Yeah, we're halfway through the season. So who was that? It kind of looked like Thorfinn, but I don't think it was. Okay, showing it just a lot of the locations where everywhere was invaded. There's Canute. Oh, young Canute as well. Seeing some backstory, that'd be nice actually. Yeah, was that can't have been Thorfinn at the start? He hasn't seen his mother in years, unless it's a flash forward. Okay, going up against Thorkel, yeah, with the X's. Oh, real beat up. If that's after what happened with Thorkel, that makes sense. Yeah, he doesn't even know. Okay, so they're not aware that Askeladd is helping. Yeah. The second you engage, then they'll fire back, and they're in an awful position. So Askeladd knows English and Welsh. I guess he did know this guy before, didn't he? Yeah, there hasn't even been an agreement yet. And the agreement might be void, you know, the second they think, oh, let's just invade Wales anyway. Ah, yeah, so there's already precedent for that pact to be broken. But they don't know if the Danes will be the same. Okay. So they are gonna fight, maybe? He doesn't even know the language, doesn't he? He has made the assumption that Canute would actually do that. He's too shy to. Yeah, he's got to fulfill his destiny at some point. Yeah, all the siblings killing each other after the throne, backstabbing each other, that makes sense. So this was his way of survival, keeping smaller and unassuming. Oh, okay. Apologizing. You never want to piss off the prince, do you? The royalty. They've just had such different experiences. But will Canute's personality here influence how, you know, they will go forward when he is king? Instead of, you know, pillaging and everything, they'll just keep quiet, keep to themselves and thrive by themselves. He doesn't seem one for conquering, does he?
我々の要求するまま答えていては、あなた方も格好がつかん。
Askeladd's been real diplomatic today, isn't he?
デンマーク王を怒らせようものなら、こんな小国などひとたまりもないのはよくわかってる。
Yeah, they know they won't win, so they'll just go along with them.
不思議なやつだ。ウェールズの言葉を話せるなんて知らん。
Yeah, he's got friends all around.
稼がせてくれるんなら、心情がどうでも、俺はついてくぜ。
Not starting to doubt him though. Could there be something where he's actually Welsh or something, you know?
このアシェラッドには我らローマンケルトの偉大なる指導者の血が受け継がれている。
すると貴殿は
Just predicted it. Okay, yeah.
ウェールズとデーンの根血だ。
Half Welsh. Okay.
アルトリウス公の子孫だと。
信仰著しいサクソン人、後のイングランド人の軍勢を
Oh, battle. Okay.
後世に語り継がれ、アーサー王伝説の原型になったとされる人物。
And Askeladd's a descendant.
この男は14歳の時、リディア様と共にウェールズを訪れ、
Oh, that was Askeladd. Okay. And he carried Lady Lydia on his back.
つまりウェールズはデンマーク軍内に俺という
Yeah, you can sell it that way. Okay.
あのボンボンを次のデンマーク王に仕立て上げれば、俺も国政の要職につける。
And like guarantee protection. I don't know if Askeladd actually would do that though.
この地、一歩も踏み入れさせん。
I mean, he said he's only gonna like follow the adventure and the money, but he's certainly selling it here.
アッサー様が笑って
デーン人の中で生まれ育った貴殿だ。デーンの血よりアルトリウス公の血が常に勝ると。
Yeah, yeah. How do you know where his loyalty actually lies?
俺はデーン人が嫌いだ。
Okay. It's hard to tell how much of that is true.
この国を通行する間、連中の捕虜になったふりをするだけだ。
Ah, that keeps them protected a bit, yeah.
なぜ貴様の部下は命令にホイホイ従うのだ。
He's earned their respect.
デーン人だって。アッサー様が捕らえなすったらしいぞ。
But if word of this reaches the king, will that backfire?
僕は王子だ。そなたたちとは違うのだ。
Yeah, you have to be cautious with what you say because anything. Yeah, yeah. All of his words have great political bearing.
家臣条約だの、不快感の表明だの、できるわけがない。
There we go, standing up for himself a little bit.
おつむは足りてるようだな、お姫様。
この無礼者。
He's just gonna keep calling him princess.
この僕を何と心得る。
わし以外の者と話されると。
Yeah, he's actually managed to get him to open up a bit though. Was that actually the non-aggression pact?
殿、兵糧はどうする？地方領主どもがデーン人に力を貸すとは思えん。
Askeladd's always got a plan. Just got to go along with him. Oh, there's a flying horse, like a Valkyrie riding it. I really don't remember this second OP and ED from when I did them. It was almost a year ago, probably. There's Askeladd. It's almost like a memory, this sketchiness. Well, that is a scene we've seen before. Yeah, a lot of that seemed like scenes we've already seen before, but with this filter over top. Being rescued by two Valkyries, yeah. Okay, so that was episode 13 of Vinland Saga. Finally got a bit of backstory for Askeladd there. I really wasn't expecting that. And it turns out he is half Dane, half Welsh and has this royal ancestry. His mother, Lydia, is somehow related to not King Arthur himself, but like the legend that King Arthur, the legend of King Arthur was born from, which is really cool. It's really cool that he has these ties. And it does also feel like with Vinland Saga in this show, there is almost this kind of strength that is passed down. you know, we have Thors, who is kind of supernaturally strong. It's almost like some of these characters have this kind of supernatural strength, and could that be kind of how Askeladd has his a little bit, you know? Although the story is quite grounded, they do have these elements where the way they portray them is a bit more fantastical, and it kind of builds into the hype of it a bit, I guess. So Askeladd was being real diplomatic this episode, you know, leveraging this fact that he actually is half Welsh to his advantage here. But then we also see, you know, he tries to rile up the prince, tries to manipulate the prince a little bit, and does end up apologizing when Ragnar calls him out for it, which was quite nice to see. I don't know if he was... It feels like he was only really apologizing to keep things civil, you know. If he didn't need to, I don't think he would have. But obviously you don't want to disrespect your own king, especially back in these days where there probably would be negative repercussions for that, especially when Canute becomes king, or if Ragnar convinced him, like, oh, this is Askeladd, remember how he disrespected you, you know. You don't want to get on the bad side of royalty. But I do think maybe their plan that they have here might backfire a bit eventually, because we see King Sweyn, he was asking, where is my son, you know, where is Canute? And no one really knows. And if he finds word that the Welsh have captured him, that could super backfire, because he could retaliate against the Welsh because of that. They don't know that they're actually like secretly in cahoots here. They have, you know, they're putting on this front, but King Sweyn doesn't know this. Maybe he could send Floki and suddenly you're in a battle that doesn't need to happen, you know? Floki maybe is trying to save Canute when he doesn't even need saving. And then I like that we finally got a bit of Canute opening up and speaking. Baby girl Canute has finally spoken. You know, it was actually Thorfinn who got him to speak. I thought maybe it would have been Askeladd forcing him into that situation earlier, but it was Thorfinn just egging him on. Thorfinn, you know, he doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about royalty. He's got nothing else to lose, nothing else to live for. All he cares about is the revenge against Askeladd, of course. So he doesn't really care about other people. Of course, he wants to stay alive so he can defeat Askeladd, and he wants Askeladd to stay alive so they can both have their duel. But outside of that, does he really care about disrespecting a prince? Absolutely not. But because of that, maybe for the first time in his life, Prince Canute has been like directly confronted and directly disrespected like that. There's no show, there's no kissing up to him with Thorfinn, but I feel like Canute might actually respect that, someone just talking straight with him as well. So I could possibly see like a little bit of a friendship or like friendly rivalry blossoming between Thorfinn and Canute once this little argument that they've had has died down a bit, you know? And Canute might actually thank him for like pushing him out of his comfort zone and getting him to speak and open up a little bit, even if it is like negative in his first connotation here. But I do think what Canute was saying was right, you know, as a prince, a lot of what he says has a lot of political power and has a lot of weight behind it. So if he says the wrong thing, it can majorly backfire. So he does have to watch his tongue, but maybe he's just watching it a bit too much at the moment because he just doesn't speak at all. He does need to learn to find his voice as a king, because eventually, as he becomes king, you know, he needs to lead a bunch of men, he needs to lead his men. But I do also think, like I said during the reaction, will his personality influence his style of ruling? Will he maybe not be as into invasion as his father? And once he becomes king, the country will just keep to itself and be self-sustaining and, you know, not be on this conquest anymore? Or will he start to go along with the conquest as he falls into the pressure of what the society thinks a king needs to do, but not actually like enjoy what he is doing? So I think that's everything. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment, and if you really loved it, be sure to subscribe so you can keep up to date on all the future uploads. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.